Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco and today we are back with more One Piece. Episodes 441, 43 and 44. We are skipping 442 because apparently it's another crossover filler episode. So I will check that out in my own free time. But yeah, when it comes to what's currently happening in the story, I am beyond intrigued by the history of Fishman Island. I like how Oda does it. He always does it, man. It all connects so perfectly. We saw the forming of the Sun Pirates with Arlong, Jinbei, Fisher Tiger, Hachi. It's so crazy, man. Fisher Tiger's design is so dope. Like I was saying in previous video that I imagined something like that and he literally looks like how I would imagine him. That's actually crazy. So he was on a trip on this voyage, right? And when he came back to Fishman Island, he went to Ryugu Palace to talk to King Neptune and Queen Otihime. He told them about his adventure and he was very serious. And when they asked what did he see on his journey, he answers humans. Queen Otihime was crying afterwards, and those humans that he saw are probably the ones who enslaved all those people and fishmen, right? He ran into the worst possible kind of humans and he decided to rebel and to save the slaves, man. So Fisher Tiger has all of my respect, man. He is amazing. Queen Otohime as well. She is so nice. Her goal is literally to go and live on the surface together with humans, right? To coexist, to get closer to the sun, man. She is so noble. She is crying over a random fishman, right? For having such a shitty life in their kingdom, and he was trying to kidnap a little child, the mermaid, right? And of course, he can't go unpunished after that, man. But when he broke down and started explaining that he lost his job, that he has a bunch of kids, that everything is going to shit for him, she started crying as she was slapping the shit out of him. And she's so fragile. She gets hurt easily, but also she has a pretty nasty observation haki, man. And the fact that we saw that there is her grave, that she died, I wonder how that happened, man. Because she's such a nice character. And now everything kind of hits harder, right? Shirahoshi going for the first time outside and going to her mother's grave. We even saw her as a baby and their brothers. It's a very nice flashback, man. Arlong pirates, seeing them as kids is something that is like so shocking to my mind, that they weren't like born evil, that they also had like this childlike dreams and mentality. And when you guys told me on Patreon that Arlong Park is created because of Sabaody Park, how didn't I get that? That's so obvious and yet so telling, man, that they had this dream of going to that Sabaody Park, but they couldn't. Exactly like Kami. You remember that Kami was so scared to go on these rides in that park, man. So that's an amazing detail. But yeah, the Sun Pirates were formed after what Fisher Tiger did. He could no longer stay there. Jinbei left the army. We saw Jinbei as well. Him and Arlong talking was interesting, and seeing Arlong refer to him as Aniki, brother, right? It's not like brother, it's like that's how they refer, right? I mean, it's common in a lot of countries to say bro, sis, right? In my country we say bro a lot as well. So yeah, it's like that more than them being actual siblings. But yeah, The arc started a bit slow, but it was interesting all the time, at least to me. But now, since we started this flashback and learning that Jinbei is responsible for Arlong going crazy in East Blue, and Nami talking to him, Sanji being protective of Nami, right, and making sure that Jinbei explains everything, man. I love it, man. It's very serious. We are dealing literally with human trafficking, with racism, with genocide in this show. Like, you know what I'm saying, guys? The show is very goofy and funny, but when it becomes serious, it's so good, man, and it touches upon such themes that makes this show even better, man. Because I fell in love when it comes to One Piece because of how emotional it is, how well written the backstories are for all these characters, how uh, how built, how the world building is in One Piece, right? With all these islands and the connections to the past, the mystery surrounding the poneglyphs, the Void Century, and how everything is connected, right? But on top of that, now we are dealing with such heavy themes, man. Like One Piece has everything. That's what I'm basically trying to say. It Oda is very smart, man. I'm excited. I'm too excited right now, guys. So, without further ado, let's jump into episode 431. Let's begin. Another set of One Piece episodes, another W, man, another Oda backstory that literally makes you forget about all the other shows for a second, man, because you just think of One Piece and how great it is, man. Another legendary character, Fisher Tiger, who we thought that died because the humans refused to give him blood, but actually he refused to get the blood from humans, the human blood from those stocks that were present on Navy's ship, and he dies surrounded by his son pirates who were crying, and he was crying, and on his deathbed he let them know that he just can't continue living knowing that human's blood is inside of him, and he reveals that he was slave, and that puts context on what he was saying by what King Neptune asked of him, what did you see on your journey? And when he said humans, he was literally enslaved. He became the leader of Fishman District. He beat the shit out of Arlong, Jinbei, all of them. He was a really, really strong dude. But nobody is, I guess, immune to gunshots. I mean, like, there is so many crazy, powerful characters, like with strong devil fruits and all of that, that you, like, take it, like, not take it seriously when you see, like, guns and stuff, like Luffy, right? Bouncing them back or whatever, but if guns actually hit you, you're kind of screwed, right? That's how it works, man. So yeah, he got shot from multiple sides and he still survived that shit, but he died because of the blood loss, right? And it's so saddening because the place where he got shot was home village of the little girl Koala, who was also a former slave, and Navy knew that they were bringing her back because some of the villagers told the Navy. I'm not sure, I maybe missed that part about how they found out, but it doesn't really matter all that much. The fact is that he got ambushed on that place, and despite all that he went through, he was trying to be different, not to be like those humans who are mistreating fishermen, right? To not like kill them with while being like like enraged, right? Like what Arlong wants to do it. And he was saying like, what's wrong with killing one, two of them? They're like bunch of trash anyway, and we should instill fear into them so that they wouldn't try anything else, right? And I keep saying how they met worse kinds of people, and that really is the case. They kept meeting these horrible humans. And the scene that I really liked was them accepting Koala, right? Everyone except for Arlong. And when Fisher Tiger changed her celestial dragon mark into Sun Pirates, like making her member of their crew, and they were on journey on the adventures together. If I understood that correctly, she was with them for 3 years, man. And she changed. Poor child instinctively didn't react to getting hit. And it's like a full fucking closed punch from Arlong, who probably didn't, like, of course he didn't punch her with all his force, right? But they're stronger than humans, so poor girl was probably hurting like hell, and she was bleeding, but she keeps that smile and she goes to clean up that, man. Like, that's her instinct. Who knows what she witnessed at Mary Joyce? These celestial dragons are literally cancer of One Piece universe, man. I would love them to just be fucking gone. I can't believe this, man. Incredibly emotional when she started crying, right? And it's like she doesn't even know how to cry, man. Thanks to Fisher Tiger, who told her that it's okay to cry, to show how she really feels, man. Again, I'm mentioning that despite what he went through, he did all of this for a human child. And as I said during the reaction, I respect those characters that are willing to break the cycle, that are willing to fix things, to change, to not let kids know about what happened, to not fuel kids with this hatred, right? So that they wouldn't show prejudice. And we know Tohime was fighting for that as well in her own way. But the news, the interview that Arlong told the Navy, and that Fisher Tiger died because he didn't get blood for humans, only made things harder for Tohime to get signatures. And she kept going on, pushing on, saving pirates, those same pirates turning back on her, wrecking chaos on Fishman Island, making fishermen retract their signatures, man. That put Otohime at depressing state, and she was drunk, and she laid out her feelings for everyone to hear, that they shouldn't be in this dark place where there is like this little trace of light and air right in this bubble, when they can go on the surface and experience as much light and as much air as they want, and to visit all these magnificent places that world has to offer, man. Otohime is goated as well. But the fact that we know that she is dead as well is also so freaking tragic. Kizaru, we saw young Kizaru, man. He was a menace. Arlong was getting slapped by Fisher Tiger, by Jinbei, by Kizaru. He took L after L after L. Nobody could change his views, man. He was even talking back and was stubborn with Fisher Tiger. And when Fisher Tiger died, and it made Arlong think that he was right all this time, that was like the point where I was sure that Arlong will never be able to change, man, and to look past that. Maybe it needed more time, right? Maybe if this didn't happen, Arlong would eventually change, right? Maybe he needed more time than the others. But after that, that was basically like GG's, man. I don't think he would ever change after that. And we saw how Jinbei became a warlord, and Arlong was freed from Impel Down, and that's how he went to East Blue and eventually reached Kokoyashi village, because Jinbei didn't have heart, right? I mean, he that's how you say it, right, in my language, but what it actually means, like, he has a big heart, right? But he couldn't kill Arlong, despite Arlong being so fucked up. He just couldn't kill someone who he called brother and who he grew up with, right? That's not an easy thing to do. So whew, putting yourself in all of these characters' shoes, man, bunch of tough decisions, man. So I do kind of understand Jinbei, but knowing what happened to Nami, right, it's so freaking, the story is so freaking well written, man. All these events caused like Nami's tragic events and what she went through because of Arlong and because what he was doing the people, and what Fisher Tiger wouldn't love to see him do, man. That was great, guys. I think I will end the video here for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff as always. Check out my Patreon page if you want to see full and early reactions. I will be seeing you very soon with another video. Until then, take care and have a nice day. See ya, guys.